who wants to say you are not lonely and all that. And people can go back and forth with this whole I'm lonely, I'm not. But sometimes you know that you are. You know that you are. If you can be able to tell somebody that I am sad, you can tell somebody that I am happy. You can tell somebody that I'm not feeling too well. I feel like there's something wrong. I need a thorough checkup. I have to visit. If you can be able to express all these feelings, why do we have some level of difficulty expressing that we are lonely? Is it because we feel that admitting the fact that we are lonely connotes that we are needy? And so we'll rather shelve it, not talk about it, and just deal with our loneliness. We've all been lonely at a point. It gets lonely. It will get lonely. It gets lonely, especially when it has to do with, and interestingly, the whole subject of loneliness and one being lonely is directly tied in with relationships. So there are times that the people who make your world tick are no longer around. And sometimes people I can't understand why you say you are lonely. You have people around you. You have your mom, you have your dad, you are not an orphan, you have your siblings. So why would you want to complain about the fact that you are lonely? But that is the absurdity of this whole loneliness thing, that even in the midst of you having people around, there are times that you feel like you are lost in the people. You are there, but you are not there. And sometimes it's always like, okay, for people not to see that, oh, this is the part of my life, or this is, at this point, I am lonely. We all try to put across some neatly make-up face. There are people who make you laugh. They are the ones cracking all the jokes. They are the ones throwing all the interesting stories and experiences. But just let them retreat, go back to their room. And it felt like they never even made anybody laugh. There are people who are sitting or listening right now. My auntie says I should say listening and viewing, because there are people who do both. So for those who are listening on radio and for those who are watching via YouTube, for those watching me, there are times that you have gone a whole week and your phone has not rang. If it is ringing, it's work people or is work related. But if it is not, there are times that you can go a whole week and there's no missed call, there's no received call, and you have friends, and it feels like nobody is checking up on you. So 2 days ago, I abandoned my phone. I only woke up this morning and there was a message from a friend that he wanted to find out if I was okay, because 2 days now he's not been able to reach me. And this is how my phone gets. Sometimes it gets useless. It doesn't even ring. And there are those of us who will constantly want to check our WhatsApp messages just to see if somebody has messaged us, who has said hi, who wants to say that, okay, trust your day is going well. There are times you feel like you have friends. They should check up ordinarily. Maybe in 3 months you've not heard from them. And constantly you are thinking, why has he not checked up? And you have friends. You can boast of friends. But nobody seems to kind of care if you really exist. And that situation sometimes gets us thinking whether we have friends at all. In the multitude of the friends we can boast of, we are still lonely, with or without them. Sometimes we are the ones who make people laugh, but we get back into our closet and we are realizing that nobody makes us laugh. Nobody's checking up on us. Nobody's checking up on us. While we are doing the opposite, we are checking up. Nobody does. Loneliness is a private matter. It happens in our closet. It happens when we are alone all by ourselves. It happens when sometimes we even retreat, because in the midst of having people, it doesn't feel you are lonely. So guess what? At a point, people will say things like, oh, it gets lonely. Adam was lonely in the garden. Adam felt lonely at a point. I mean, and everybody said, oh, he had everything to himself. He had job to do. He was tasked to name all the animals. He was supposed to be mulching and pruning things. But all the things Adam did, at a point, Adam realized that no way. Upon all these things, I mean, it felt like he was just immersed in the sin, and the thing was not giving him some level of satisfaction. He said, I was alone. I am alone. But we can't say we are alone, just for the fear of being tagged as, oh, you are too needy. And I get worried, especially when young people put on their status, I'm lonely, need somebody to talk to. And I'm like, fine, they are being vocal about it, because that's what they find themselves. And we complain, oh, young people are always on their phone and all that. There is some value that they want in life, and they cannot get it. So they would rather resort to be on the phone, going on Facebook, doing a lot of Instagram and all that, just to fill in the blank spaces where there is some level of loneliness. When was the last time you checked up on somebody? When was the last time somebody checked up on you? Some of us, the only calls we place is to our parents and our siblings. Apart from those calls, we don't call anybody else again. And so we're growing up just like the Adam story. So he needed a companion just to keep some of his loneliness like that. And Eve came around. And he said, alas, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. End of story. He just needed somebody to fill the void. There was something that needed to be filled. And Eve came. But you know, I get worried, especially for myself. Because you see, I don't know if it's a good thing, but when you are my friend and you get married, I give you your space. I hear it is not too good. But you know, growing up, I never thought married people could get lonely. Because I'm like, but you have each other. So what is there to be lonely about? I mean, you are in each other's space. You see each other constantly. If you need somebody to talk to, you have a wife. If you need somebody to talk to, you have a husband. And so that alone should not even give any room for you thinking or probably second guessing yourself whether you are lonely or not. But that is the world for us. Even in marriage, people get lonely. You have your partner all in your face, but within the marriage, there is some form of communication that's not going on. There's some form of bonding that is not really tight. There's some sort of somebody who is ignoring somebody, and so the person thinks, okay, if I want to go an extra mile and sort you out and you ignore me, just be your somewhere, let me be my somewhere. And so people who even are married will attest to the fact that it gets lonely in marriage. How much more those of us who do not have significant others? Sometimes you wake up and it feels like there is no reason to wake up, because it's just routine. It's just go to work, talk to the colleagues, let them laugh, come back home. Even in your office setting that you are saying that, oh, my office colleagues are awesome, they are nice people. Even you know that in that office there's a ganging up. You alone are alone. And there are others who are closely knitted. So in as much as you find yourself in the same department, when people are eating, you alone are eating alone. They are eating in pairs. And so even if you have the best working colleagues and you think that, oh, they are really affable, they are nice people you can easily connect with, even in their niceness, there is still a part of you that knows that you don't belong to this group. There are some subject of discussions they won't involve you. Probably they are thinking, no, your line of reasoning is not really a par with them. So Charlie, why would they even involve you? You don't know the ish. Why would they involve you? And it can be lonely. And I can understand, because of this, people have indirectly chosen the path of being introverts. Because see, I'd rather keep to myself. I'd rather enjoy the space that already I am enjoying, which is not too fun, and not mind anybody and say that I'm a very private person. There are a lot of people who would want to put a tag on them, say, oh, me, I'm very private, oh, I just like keeping to myself and all that. It is not like, fine, there are people who are like that, but most often than not, people have become private. People have become introverted just because they are just used to this whole loneliness thing. Rather not go there and seek for attention and approval, why not keep to myself? And a lot of people are encountering different levels and measures of depression. It gets lonely. That's life. C'est la vie. Life is not always about fun. But do you know it when you are lonely? Or you cannot even admit? Because admitting is just like shooting yourself in the foot and telling people that this is it. It gets lonely when you find out that people are living their lives, especially if you are not in a relationship or anything like that. People are posting pictures of and that's boo and that's bae, and you can't boo yourself and bae yourself with pictures. And it feels like, what is it that I am missing out on? Why do they have it all figured out? Why does it look like they are living the life and I am not? It gets lonely. It does. Even for those of us who think, oh, we have exciting life, as I said, there are some weekends you just want to sleep and sleep and sleep. Not because you can't find anybody to connect with. Everybody seems busy. Those even in your immediate environment. That everybody think, oh, you have such a large family. Oh, there are a lot of, do you get lonely? I mean, your wife is there, children all in your house and all that. But sometimes the loneliness is even in the midst of the multitude. Loneliness is incomplete without relationships. What kind of relationship have you built over time? What is the state of the relationship? Those friends you had. Probably they are married, they are raising families, they are all busy. You are not married, you don't have a family. And so now the disparity is clear. That they're on a different level and you're also on another level. And so you can't get to connect like that. But from the outside world, it feels like, okay, it's fine. Somebody said, oh, it's fine to get lonely. It's okay. That's also another form of emotion. Solitude sometimes grants you the opportunity to even think through things yourself. Sometimes you have to be lonely to re-strategize. Know which friends who left you in your loneliness. Know them. Know those who can check up. Let your phone get off like 3 weeks. Let's see those who are able to come by your house and say, oh, Charlie, I've been trying to reach you, but I couldn't get through to you, so I decided to pass by the house. Loneliness is always ringing on our doors. Even when we think we have people. Even when it feels like, okay, it was a great weekend. Even in the midst of the fun, you still come back and you know that no, there's something that is missing. You don't know what it is, but you know that you are lonely. Last birthday you were lonely. Nobody gave you anything. December is coming, it's your birthday again. And you foresee that you get lonely again. Valentine's Day, nobody got you card. You are lonely. That guy left just a few weeks to Valentine's Day. And you are afraid history will repeat itself. But the question this morning is, how often do you feel lonely? Or they don't feel lonely at all? Me, I do. There are times I don't even want to talk. Just like this week, I abandoned my phone for 2 days. Because the thing won't ring. So why do I put... And you know, we are constantly in the habit of monitoring who is going to call us. And the people are not calling. So me, I stop looking at my phone. When the message comes and it tells me that I tried reaching you, okay, somebody tried. But I'm not going to bank my hopes on the fact that I should be there and be watching my phone 24/7 just because life must go on. Yeah. This is no monitoring center where I have to be monitoring who is going to call me. And I admit that sometimes you know that no, the ice cream is not giving you satisfaction. The talking on the Facebook will not give you satisfaction. What will give you satisfaction? For me, I think it's an individual thing. But you see, loneliness has a cure. It cannot kill you. It must not kill you. Because just like I gave the example of couple who are even experiencing some level of loneliness in their life, we are also not different from them. We think, okay, they have an upper hand, they have the significant other, somebody they can always call on and rely on. But it gets also lonely for them. It gets overwhelming. And so it is not just loneliness for the singles, loneliness for those who are, or you think that, okay, when I marry him, eventually settle, we'll be happy. No. Or when I finally get that boyfriend, we'll be happy. People are in relationship and they are lonely. They are dead lonely because, it feels like there's somebody and it also feels like there's nobody. And that's what we are talking about this morning. When it feels like there are a lot of people around, but deep within, inherently, you know there's something that is missing. How often do you feel lonely? Somebody is listening and say, never. Me, I don't feel lonely. Oh, no. Hey, can never feel lonely. Just because you are not alone does not mean you cannot be lonely. There are times we have people around and we are lonely. It is one thing that is difficult to admit. I don't know why, but we all at a point have lied about it. We have all lied about it. Are you lonely? Do you feel sometimes lonely? It feels like it's a defeatist approach to answering the question. Once you tell somebody, oh yes, yesterday I was lonely, no, it's a no-go area. And for us the women, when you get a good friend to talk to, you are able to vent out the things that is really happening internally. But for the men, which man will admit he's lonely? No. They will not. Even if they will, it's not that easy. So I see people put on their status, they can't wait to get PS5. PS5. And yesterday we were talking about PS5 in the house. We were just talking about the price and all that. And we know guys who are constantly putting on their updates. Can't wait to get PS5. Can't wait. Okay, PS5, PlayStation 5. They can't wait to get PS5 and all that. And we are just talking about how addictive it can be, or how it is. And I just realized that somehow when people are lonely, they resort to virtual games. A lot. And so you have a boyfriend who is a PS4 5 freak. And you say you're in a relationship with a person. And you go, the person is playing Avengers and things. And playing soccer and things. In as much as you feel, oh, this is the kind of person who gives me, you know that the person's attention is on his PS4 or 5. It's a game that he has called another friend, and that is how they deal with their loneliness. They deal with virtual games and all that. But have you listening to me right now, have you taken the trouble to find out how you're able to deal with the fact that you are lonely? Do you even know it? Can you easily identify and admit that, Charlie, I'm lonely? Lonely in tree emiraho, Debbie. I don't even know how do we say lonely in tree? Miraho.
No, it's
no.
Not.
It's but there's no word for it, right?
I said I can't call
baby. Bibi Sano. Like it's a phrase, like we don't know the word. So that's it. It's like there's nothing happening in your life. Ankuna Mrebo. You know, there's nothing happening. Nobody is coming in. They are not checking with you. Everything seems to be at a standstill. You are not even crazy about the things that you ordinarily liked. Your personality has become something else. You have become by force introvert. You have decided to tag yourself, I'm a very private person. You don't want people to know the ins and outs because you know that Charlie and Koye buy ice cream. Sometimes ice cream does not solve the problem. So for all those who have ever watched Home Alone, it is one of the most popular movies that's shown on Christmas. December. GTV is a dawn when it comes to Home Alone. The small boy it was an unfortunate situation. The parents left in a hurry. They left him. And he took advantage of the loneliness and decided to do things. I mean, mischievous things anyway. But he was able to find out things that ordinarily, if his parents were around, he couldn't have achieved all by himself. Map up strategies, how to gun down one robber and his family like that and all that. So it is in your loneliness that you should find out what you can do. Do you want to die in it? Enough of the pity party. We have all, sometimes you are calling the people that can make you smile. They are not picking up. You are even telling them, can I do lunch with you? They are giving you litany of reasons why they are unavailable. That's lonely. The people used to chill with, Charlie, I'm here, oh, what's up? Meet me up here. They are telling you, Charlie, this time the workload is extra. I can't make it. You are alone. And so it's time for you to find what makes you lonely and how you are able to deal with your loneliness. This morning we are asking the question, are you lonely? How often do you feel lonely? Or you, the loneliness has become part of your life? We have taken it in our stride like that. But sometimes we do not know the effects of how loneliness can even translate into depression. It is just like you are living. You are not excited about anything. You are not too enthused about anything. Improvement in your social skills is one way to go. Get people you connect with. They might not always be around, but if they are around, super, it works. Find what works for you. And when I say find what works for you, find what interests you. People are playing PS4 and 5. What do you want to do? Is it read a book? Is it sing? Is it paint your face? Is it go and do by force? There are times I am that lonely. I'll just paint my face and call my sisters to take me pictures. Because that is what I can do. Because there's so much time that sometimes you feel like sleeping, but you know that out there beche. What does it see? 2 o'clock when it better. Yeah, you will just wake up at dawn, and you still that loneliness will still be hanging on your head. So just find the things. If it's children you love, connect with some children. If it is soccer you like, once a while, fix soccer days, go and play with the boys. If it is virtual games you like, please find one that is of interest. If it's singing, join some choir and go on choir practice and all that. Nothing seems to be going for you is not a tag that is good for you. And that's what loneliness make you feel. Like it is just going around in circles. Married people also feel the heat when it comes to loneliness. So it's not just for those of us who are not married or single and not in a steady relationship. If you are always flaunting how lonely you are, guess what? It's a bad news, but I'll tell you. People will take advantage of the fact that you are lonely, and you attract people who will take advantage of you. Oh, this girl, hello, what are you doing now? You can't say anything. I'm lying here like that, I'm very lonely. Okay, the person thinks that's one signal. I'm not doing anything, I'm lonely. Can I come over? That's, you are vulnerable. Can we do this together? Can we do this together? And so I think ideally that's why people do not want to admit that they are lonely, because they know that once you put it out there, people would want to take advantage. Just like you put on your status that you are single. Somebody would just DM you right now and say they want to start. So people are very careful how they put out their state of loneliness. But you see, that locked door has a key. And you have a key to unlocking the door of loneliness. And it is the things that you should find out yourself. What works for you? Find out the things that works for you. If it's hobbies, develop them. Find out new things about yourself. Try out new things. Go out alone. Take a walk. Go through the streets of Malata, Accra. Look at things. Come back. Probably you have a new perspective on life. Listen to that song. Dance again. Gather those children and let them make you laugh. Then come back again and find out. I mean, ideally at the end of the day, you would always find out what would always work for when you're lonely. Guess what? I stopped reading for some time now. These few days when my phones are not buzzing, I have gone back to my reading. And I'm reading books now. I've taken one book and I'm enjoying it. But it was difficult for me. I tell myself, okay, within the next 3 days, I should finish this book up. And that's a target. I don't have time to be entertained who has not called me. I'm reading. And that's it. Find something that's of interest to you. We'll be right back.
All right, so we're still here on Random Thought with Maxine, the Monday edition, start of a new week. Just admit it. How are you dealing with loneliness? You can share with us in the chat session if you're watching on YouTube. If you're doing the listening on radio, you can share with us on WhatsApp 0543 829571. 0543 829571. You're still here on Random Thought with Maxine.
Okay, so we are back. We are talking loneliness this Monday, and Christmas is coming. Some of you foresee that. Oh, what's happening this Christmas? Oh, we'll be indoors. What's happening this Christmas? Oh, the way we have been spending it now. How about think of something creative? Let's go to the village and spend Christmas Day. What do you think? Who wants to spend village Christmas? It's us. We want to spend Christmas in the village. Yeah. Maybe something that you have not done before. Something that you probably have been tossing in your head, but Charlie, you don't seem to be confident about it. Try it. Think creatively. Okay, 24th, let me go to my mother's village. I'll stay there for 3 days. And then by New Year, I'm back. And then by this, think creatively. And the fact that we are always admitting that we are lonely is because we have not really exhausted a lot of the things that we showed. We have not even stretched our imaginations. We have not. And so it's like when A does not happen, if the boys do not want to chill with you, if the girl leaves you, if your colleague who is always spending their weekends with you goes out of town, then it means you are all alone. Just because our life has been wired around some activities. And so once those activities do not happen or do not unfold, then we find out that, Charlie, there's nothing for us. It's time to invest in yourself, I think so. When I say invest in yourself, all I am saying is that it's like we have not really paid attention to the things that makes us happy. We have not. Sometimes we think happiness is tied to other people. And we have made other people responsible, like overlords of our happiness. So if that person does not call you in the next 1 week, and that's it, it means there won't be any meaningful conversation. If the person does not check up on you, then that means that all your life is like, okay, there's nothing happening this week. But invest in yourself. When I say invest in yourself, would you want to make an extra effort? Take time. That, okay, over the years, this is how I grew up. Because guess what? There are times you are tired of the conversation with your mom. You are. You are tired with the conversations with your siblings. Sometimes you want fresh ideas, fresh people to talk to, people who would excite you in a different way. And so I say this, open your heart and your mind for new discoveries. Open yourself up to new people who can inspire you anew. I know there are people, when you look at their call log, there's absolutely nothing wrong with calling mom. Your mother must feature on your call log. Dad, mama. because we are thinking, but there's somebody on that contact list you have not even called in a long while. And probably if you call them, they are just going to give you a fresh breath of ideas. They are going to just say something that would resonate, something that would even put you back on your toes, something that will make you think that, Charlie, life is worth living. In as much as sometimes it sucks that you wake up and there's nothing to be done, there are other people who are more than willing to breathe like a new wind of fresh air in your life, so that you know that, Charlie, there is more to life. It takes time, it takes effort. Loneliness is curable. Even HIV is curable now with antiretroviral. Even though it cannot cure it completely, you'll live. So please, it is not to say that once you admit or once you are enjoying a phase of loneliness, then it means that what? That's it. What it means is that you have the power to salvage the situation. And we shouldn't tie our happiness to people. We should tie it to ourselves, that you owe yourself some duty to be happy. You owe yourself some duty to just snap out of that loneliness and get back on your feet. If it's for some few minutes or 2 hours or 3 hours, it's understandable. But you constantly, you just want to be in that way. You even open louvers to see what is happening outside. You don't want to step out. You just want to be indoors. Leave me alone. Leave you alone and go away. You don't even want to mingle. You don't want to. And I can understand. I'm very private. You are just hiding under the guise of I'm a private person. When you know that, there is a void. There is a vacuum that has to be filled. Loneliness is not good though. The cure to your loneliness is in your hand. Because guess what? Life gets lonely, with or without people who even matters. I am so surprised when entertainers commit suicide. I'm so surprised when people who are like, they are making all, and at the end of the day, you read some suicide notes and said, I was lonely. I'm like, oh, okay. In as much as we thought this is the man who makes 1,000 people laugh at a go, can get lonely. Can you find out the things that makes you lonely? And can you also find the things that can help you cure your loneliness? We'll take some comments, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that there's this comment from Frank. He said with COVID-19, oh God, with COVID-19, how can bachelors like us not be lonely? COVID, you do or? Oh God.
Frank, it's not only the bachelors. If the married people are telling you how they are suffering, you think you people are enjoying.
You know the truth is that I think we are trying to discuss this same topic one day on SK's program. Okay, and we're saying that if you are alone without a purpose, you are lonely. And even if you are in the midst of people and you are not able, what they are saying, you are not able to connect, you are lonely. The same with being married or whatever.
Tell them.
Because loneliness is something that has to do with within, personally. So you could be with someone, talking with a person, faking smiles, faking laughter, but deep within you feel that you are lonely because you are here, your mind is somewhere else, and at that moment you feel so empty.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really depend on.
It's an individual.
Yeah,
It's an individual.
Exactly.
So Frank, I don't know if you are a PS3 or 4 person. Please, I hear there's a new one. 5 is out. Like it was out some months back. Yeah. So please, if you are not. Virtual games is one way to go.
Oh,
please, but warning, it's addictive. Yeah.
I'm not sure Frank will do that. Frank will rather draw some structures.
Oh, okay.
He's a building engineer, so he will do some structures.
Oh, okay. So but he's tired of drawing structures.
No, he imagine a crazy one. Maybe a structure that is suspending in the air. Yeah, something like that.
No. But you see, it's I can understand. Sometimes you are just tired of talking to your siblings, you are tired of talking to those friends you have been talking to, sir. But see, in the midst of all the difficulties and the loneliness, I honestly think there's a point you find yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be here suggesting things to you. You see how you were quick to say Frank is not really like a PS4 person or 5 person. So you should know yourself better. You should stretch your imagination, kakra, to know which things you can create. We have said it on the show that for me, I would watch a lot of animations. I like them. Yeah, that's also another way. I like them, and I probably would not mind watching them over and over again. I don't get tired of watching Shrek. I can watch Shrek like four times in a day. I don't mind because I just like Shrek. So just find what works for you, and I'm sure that will be the cure to your loneliness. Okay.
All right. Okay. So Frank he said I'm funny. Oh God! But that's the truth. That's the truth. You just there are times you just want to be alone to rethink whatever you're going through, to re-strategize, and that isn't loneliness. That's what people confuse that with. Anytime they see that you are sitting alone trying to mind your own business or something, they think you are lonely.
Yeah.
That really isn't it. So there are times that you really
so there are times that you need like a period of solitude. As a what's nice now our you know there's a purpose for that phase. That okay, can I, as Dominic rightly said, can I re-strategize, can I retract, what did I do wrong, what can I do better, and all that. So that one, there's a period, there's an agenda for the silence, and there's an agenda for the solitude. But if it becomes reoccurrence, like they be with your momosa, you want to be alone, you want to be this, you want to be that, and you want to be private, and you want to be, nobody is saying that, but you know it's when you are lonely. You know it. You know it. You know it.
All right.
But you don't easily admit.
It's not easy doing that.
Admitting is the problem. So this morning, can we admit that we get lonely? It gets lonely. Oh, sometimes like I was that lonely. What's happening? But you just realize that when that phase is gone, you appreciate that one too. You appreciate the people who are in your life. You appreciate the people you took for granted. And then you come back and do a better job, even with your relationships.
All right. So keep your comments coming.
All right. Have a confession to make.
All right, so
my listeners and viewers, should I tell you? Oh, Charlie, you know I didn't fix my head. I can say head.
Yeah, the headset.
Headset. Well, I had 10, and the thing was, Charlie, it was me and my soul like that. So Dominic just realized that he had to fix it for me. Oh, you know, I was lonely in my ears, not knowing that I was remedy for it. You know, so sometimes when you say it, like you could see I was struggling, but you didn't know what it was. So you know, in your loneliness, if you're able to open up a bit and tell somebody, Charlie, in this few weeks I've not been feeling myself at all. I think things have become very slow. I'm waking up and I'm not too enthused, I'm not excited about a lot of things. I want to be alone. I feel people do not understand me. It's even a way of starting the conversation.
Exactly.
It's what I call the person, no, I'm lonely. No. But when the person, sometimes people are talking to you and know that they are just lonely. They want to talk to somebody. And can we also do a better job? I know we are busy and all that. But when people call us, sometimes we know. I have friends who can tinting phone. They are coming to talk plenty, you know, and coming to talk. But you know, later on when you talk to them, realize that they just needed somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
And so as part of our Christian duties too, time and giving out our time is also sacrifice. So can we also do a better job and sacrifice a bit? When that person calls you, last time somebody called me and said, oh, today is exactly a year that my accident happened. And I'm like, so this thing you are telling, but he just wanted to say it, you know, so that I can say that, oh, then we thank God.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are not in the mood to be so but sometimes you just have to. Yeah. So we'll take another comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Frank is saying it's better to be alone than to be in a company of people you are not in tune with.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I agree with this.
Okay. So it's just like, oh, boys, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, oh, Kale, let's meet. You go and meet all the things they are saying. Half is profane.
Yeah, and you will waste your time.
You two, you are not the profane person. You can't even talk some. And you are sitting in your chair and you're like, who even asked me to come
here?
Then
you'll be faking something. At the end of the day, if you're not lucky and you take a picture and say that your face looks like a baboon, you look so strange.
Because Charlie, you were the wrong people. And so that's what ladies can do. It can push you to a certain level if you are not too careful.
Yeah.
It would even go against your own personal values.
Exactly.
And that's how come I say it. Be careful how you portray your loneliness. Because there are people who are just there to take advantage of the fact that you need company and they just want to, excuse my French, play the fool.
Oh God. So today we're talking about loneliness. Have you ever felt lonely? So for me, I also think loneliness is a state of mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a state of mindset, and the way you really want to feel. Okay. You know, sometimes you it's natural. It comes. You feel that emptiness, and you don't really know the source. You don't know what triggered it. Okay, but if you're quick to know that no, there's something missing, then you try to find a solution to it.
Yeah.
So that makes it a mindset.
So your ability to quickly know that no, this is not me. Like I never used to look at and I said this week I think this thing is becoming like reoccurring. Like it's something that then you know that no, there's something. Me, I'll pick my bag right now. They know me. I'll pick right now. Just go to Accra and come back. Sometimes I just go to Accra and come back. By the time I'm back, I've seen something, I have observed somebody, I've seen something new. I'm like, okay. So you have mastery. You have to master the whole art of finding that Charlie, this is not me. Just like when you drink and you know that Charlie, there's something else that has taken over you, and you will want to do a better job next time. Please do a better job with how you handle, because it would always come up. It would always come up. Handling is the key. So just handle it well and know what works for you.
Yeah. Great. But I think loneliness is not always negative.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Because there are some things that I learned out of being like lonely. I felt lonely and I did them. You know, there are some things that you start and you know that this thing, I'm not going to really end it. But you want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And later you do it and you don't take it anywhere. Exactly. But with that short moment, it gives you some fulfillment. And if you are lucky, someday you might use the experience you had through it.
Okay, so I'll share this. You know, there are times when you are in a relationship and it gets bad and you guys call it off. Sometimes it's mutual. Hello, or we both thought about it. It was not working, and if it's not mutual, it's a compatibility. But you know that in that even period where the two of you have separated or gone separate ways, and that period called the broken heart period, there's level of loneliness mega, because your whole life is centered around the person. You know that Charlie, when you wake up within this hour, this person will call you, they check up and all that. But you see, even in that period, you are hurt. Maybe it was one person who called off the relationship, or it was you, but it gives you ample time to even assess a relationship, see what went wrong, what you did wrong. Sometimes you feel like, because the other person broke up with me, it is his fault. But you will just look at events in your loneliness and realize that this day she said I should get her this, I came back without a thing, I didn't apologize, and that. So loneliness gives you a period where you can also do an introspection and say that, Charlie, as it is now, I don't have this person, I don't have this working for me. This person that I'm trying to connect with is away. But what did I learn? What have I learned? Even in this spirit, can I find myself? People are writing better songs because they were broken-hearted. better lyrics, because then you have your all attention on the scene. There's a goal. So loneliness in itself is not a negative. It's okay, but you should quickly snap out of it if it's becoming like part of your life. You should snap out of it. Snap out of it.
All right. Snap out.
Snap.
All right. So we're still here. Random Thought with Maxine, the Monday edition, and we started a new working week. And with all the happiness going on, I don't know if our former president Jerry.
Oh.
Okay. After someone was I was watching something on the news. Okay, and someone was trying to attribute it to the fact that the mom he was so close to the mom that when the mom left, the mom came for him.
African mindset. Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, the mother is lonely there.
To have a fan about
to the fan or no, the wife should rather be lonely.
The wife has the children.
So yeah, it's sad, but that's the way people also interpret it.
Yeah, that's when it comes to this, we forget, even as Christians, we forget what God says about. That there's a better place, and that whatever He wills and all. We forget the will of God when it comes to death. We ask a lot of questions, and the questions are usually endless. Like you go on and on and on and on. But you see, whatever it is, it has happened.
Yeah.
It has happened. And so our condolence to the family, and for all those, especially, it is when people are away that we realize how much we love them and how much we're excited when they were around, but we don't feel, we fail to show it. Yeah. And this is to all of us, okay? This is to all of us. It is becoming like our behavior, which is not too good. We fail to appreciate people and let them know how much they mean to us. But let them die right now. We'll do all the t-shirts, do all the WhatsApp updates. Hey, from last week it was crazy. Everybody, all those who had pictures with him would pull them out and all that. I said, hey. So what happened if you once you pull it out when he's alive, there's a tag. So you put it, but death has a way of making people pull out pictures and all that. So that's it. Let's celebrate people while they are alive. It always works. It works like that.
All right. So Frank is saying that if you have extensive network, but there is no one you can turn to for help, would that fall under loneliness? Would that fall under loneliness?
You see, the whole cord that connects us, the whole loneliness thing is relationship. For me, I think so. It's built around it. So if you have a wide extension of friends network and you don't seem to connect, you're connected with, so maybe your connection might be different from my connection. If you give one nice joke like that, you are connected. So there are people who are like, it's difficult connecting with. And haven't you met people like that?
Yeah. There are some people your joke even irritate them. And there are people, they barely laugh at jokes.
No, they don't say anything funny.
Now this way, yes, sir.
Everybody seems to find you very like strange, a jolly good fellow, hotel and all that. But no, that particular guy does not seem to, enjoy your company. You try. Maybe the next time you're meeting, they want to read on some articles, and no crown, the person has not seen it. So you should be easily. What's the word? It should be very easy to connect. If you're unable to connect, then it leaves you alone. Connection is the spark. So if it doesn't connect, then it's not just you can be with your parents and be lonely. Because they are all busy. You are not connecting with them. My mom, she'll go to Malata right now.
even if they are there, sometimes what they are saying, it's not giving that connection.
It's not giving the connection. So even with your own family members, now some siblings you don't connect with. You are with them, you are lonely. It's just like formality in way.
And I think anyway, you see, I don't know why we grow up and all these things come in. Because I look at children when they are very young and they are alone. they don't have any people, any children to play with. They put things together. They jump up here. They jump, and then so we're all like this.
Exactly.
So why is it that now we want to connect with people before we find out?
I kind of like this example. So those times I was working at Tesano, there's this woman who sells around the Caprice Church. She had this daughter. And when I sit in the car, I usually like the window area. I can see the small girl tie grass like in Mura together, and I just be looking at her. Is she the only child that she has siblings and all? But it was kind of fascinating. But you see, when you are growing, there's a sense of well-being. Also, people should come within your space. But
you don't really
no. If you're another child, then you don't want to play with me. But when we're kids, it gets to us when somebody says, "Minu India grow."
Exactly.
That's what chance. So it is the sense of, am I appreciated? Would they like me?
Sure.
Why can't they allow me in their space? That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're still here. Random Thought with Maxine. We're talking loneliness.
Yeah.
Are you lonely now? No, for now you can't, because we've taken your ears.
So that's one thing.
Yeah, unless you are not connected. Unless what we're saying, we should use a different language.
Okay.
All right, so you connected now, so you cannot be.
So you have company. Dominic is saying I'm here.
Yeah.
So you have company. Yeah.
All right, so share your comments with us. Don't leave us lonely. Okay?
No. Mama.
You know, there are times you have the program and your listeners and viewers can leave you lonely.
They leave us lonely,
and you see them online too. You see them watching. You see them
like, why are they not saying anything to us?
And say, anyway,
we like you even when you leave us lonely.
All right, so if you have any question, if you have any comment, I think so far Frank is the only one keeping us company. The rest are just watching.
Man, God bless you. We'll buy you something on your birthday, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Something. Frank, she said something. Yes. Oh God.
You want me to say what you want on your birthday? No. Hey, this one is a blank check.
You see.
We'll buy you something on now. So something can be something. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Please say.
All right. So, Maxine, I don't know if you have any other before we give them the, we getting closer to election. Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah.
And COVID is also becoming stubborn.
The numbers keep increasing. Charlie, we don't know if you are spending Christmas indoors.
Yeah.
Somebody's thinking that's going to be a lonely Christmas. But no, we'll find remedies. No matter how the Christmas is going to be like, Charlie will not allow loneliness to set in at all. Because Charlie, the year has come to an end.
Even if you try, we'll break into their homes with programs.
We'll be there. We'll do live party. I will ask you to join us. We'll be eating chicken and things, and we'll be asking you to join us in the studio.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I mean, it's difficult to admit that you are lonely, because usually as human beings we feel like it's a way that kind of puts us across as being needy. But Charlie, we need each other to survive. There are times you just need somebody to talk to. There's somebody you have to share something with, and that's a sense of well-being for us human beings. Know what works for you, okay? And there are times we have not really stretched the whole options of what works for us, so we are limited. And we have tied all our happiness to people. When they are no longer around, then we are feeling the heat. But it's time to also invest in ourselves. It's time to sit down. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being lonely, because guess what? We have all gotten lonely at a point. We will get lonely. The whole loneliness ball game does not change. That's life. C'est la vie. That's life. Life always has a way of throwing things at us, but your ability to surmount and make the best out of it is always what we look out for. So look out for what works for you. If you are lonely, find out what works for you. Do new things, try new things, explore. You might be shocked at the tons and tons of things that you have not even discovered about yourself. And that is what will help you, and that is what will keep you going. So thank you so much. If you are lonely, hey, just snap out of it and just breathe in and start looking at other options that works for you.
Sure. All right. So this has been it, the Monday edition of Random Thought with Maxine. We're starting a new week, a new working week. And so today we discuss loneliness. If you came in late, you can replay the whole video on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you joined us on radio and you joined late, check us up on YouTube, PenyGh, okay?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can enjoy the whole
Yeah, man.
You can enjoy the whole program right from the beginning to the end. All right. If you have any question after the program, after watching everything, you can share with us in the comment section. You can as well send us a WhatsApp message or SMS on 0543829571. 0543829571. If you still think you're lonely, send us that message, okay? We'll find a way to help you.
Yep.
Yeah. So it has been Random Thought with Maxine. We'll meet again on Wednesday. But before you go, Christmas is just around the corner, and if you are a business, you are an individual who have some products and services that you want people to know about, that is why we're here. PenyMedia is giving you the opportunity to reach millions of people just with a click by using all our digital media platforms and digital marketing channels. We have the bulk WhatsApp marketing channel, where with a click you can reach millions of WhatsApp users with your videos, with your flyers, with your goods and services. Let people know about what you're doing, okay? And also with our digital SMS marketing channel, just with a click, with thousands of people, send that information, send that message to them, okay? And with PenyMedia, language is no more a barrier in communication. With our voice broadcast, you can record your message in any language at all, and with a single click, you can send to thousands and millions of people. They'll receive as a phone call and give you a call back, you know. That is why we're here. If you also need a website, call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0543-29571, 0543-829-571. So if one of these days you want to pass by the studios, we are at Abavana Junction, close to the Kotobabi cluster of schools. We're not too far from the Kotobabi police station. Alright, so this is where we end it all. Have a fruitful week. If you have any message for Maxine, you can as well share with us on WhatsApp 0543-29571, and you'll get to her. Alright, so let's meet again on Wednesday. Maxine will be here in the studios on Wednesday at 10:30. So if you want to speak to her in person, catch her on Wednesday 10:30 a.m. right here in the studios of PenyGh and PenyMedia. So PenyMedia, still hope for the hopeless. Let's meet again later in the day. Have a fruitful Monday and a fruitful week ahead. Take good care of yourself. Wear your nose mask, okay? Wash your hands with soap and water. Take good care of yourself because we love you so much. It is a bye for now.